Welcome to the math session, that is lesson number first, rational and irrational numbers. Decimal representation of rational numbers. Decimal representation of rational number. First type, terminating decimal. Terminating decimal. When we are taking the 7/4 one rational number, this is considered as numerator and the denominator is, this one is 4 is considered as denominator. 7 is numerator upon 4 is the denominator. Here when the numerator of a rational number, this is one rational number 7/4, this rational number numerator is 7 is divided by the denominator. Denominator is 4 and the remainder obtained is 0. When we will divide 7/4, the remaining part is 0, that means the terminating decimal. First of all, we will see 4 ones are 4. Here, first of all, 4 ones are 4, 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12, 4 fours are 16, 4 fives are 20. Here 7 is not in the 7th table. Sorry, 7 is not in 4th table. Okay, now we will write 4 ones are 4. 4 ones are 4. 7 minus 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Now we will put decimal point on the top. Here decimal point. When we will put this point, we will taking uncountable zeros. We will take uncountable zeros. Next, now we will put 1 0 here. 4 here. 4 ones are 4. 4 twos are 8. 4 threes are 12. 4 fours are 16. 4 fives are 20. 4 sixes are 24. 4 sevens are 28. 4 eights are 32. 30 is not in a 4th table. Now we will take 28. 4 sevens are 28. 4 sevens are 28. 30 minus 28 means R overall. Now we will borrow, carry forward. 10 minus 8 is 2. This by 3 is converted into 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Here now we will put decimal point. Decimal point again 0. 4 ones are 4. 4 twos are 8. 4 threes are 12. 4 fours are 16. 4 fives are 20. Therefore 4 fives are 20. 4 fives are 20. This is a division and 7 is considered as dividend. And next 1.75, this is considered as quotient. And last remaining part 0 is remainder. What? Remainder. Okay. Here terminating decimal means when we are taking a rational number 7/4. 7/4 of the numerator is given 7 of a rational. This rational number is divided by the denominator. Any denominator is divided by 4. Here the denominator is 4. The remainder obtained 0. Here the remainder is obtained. Remainder is how much? 0. Remainder obtained 0. The process of division. This division process comes to an end. Then the decimal form of a rational number is called terminating type. The remainder is 0 means, here the remainder is 0 means the terminating type example. This is the terminating decimal form. 7 upon 4 rational number is terminating decimal, This rational number is terminating decimal. Terminating decimal form. That means terminal decimal form means the remainder become 0. Any rational number that's remainder become 0. That type of rational number is considered as terminating decimal form. Terminating decimal form of a rational of every rational number can be written in the form of a non-terminating recurring decimal form. Now we are taking one rational number means now we are taking a rational number. That rational number is terminating type rational number that have converted into non-terminating recurring decimal form. Okay, example, the number 7.25, 7.250, 7.2500 dash dash up to 7.250, all are equivalent. Okay, here terminating rational number is given. Now we have already done 7 upon 4. 7 upon 4, this is considered as numerator and this one is considered as denominator. Okay, we have already done this sum. 4 and 7, 4 ones are 4, 7 minus 4 is 3. Now we will put the decimal point, this 0. Next, 4 sevens are 28. 28 means that is 30 minus 28. 30 minus 28 means remaining part is 2. Next, again we will take decimal point 0. 4 fives are 20. 4 fives are 20. This is considered as division and this is considered as dividend and this is considered as quotient and this is considered as remainder. What? Remainder. This is considered as division and this is considered as what? Dividend. This is considered division or divisor. Here 7 upon 4 is terminating decimal form. Terminating means their remainder become 0. Quotient is 1.75. This is a terminating decimal form. It is converted into non-terminating recurring form or non-terminating recurring decimal. Okay, now it will be converted into 1.75 or terminating form is converted into non-terminating recurring form. Non-terminating recurring form. Okay, here given 1.75 is converted into 1.750, 1.7500, 1.75000 dash 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 up to infinity. Next, second type, we have already discussed about terminating point, the first one, and now we will discuss terminating decimal representation. Now we will discuss about second type, non-terminating decimal form. Non-terminating decimal. A decimal number that does not end. That means that remainder does not zero. The remainder become does not zero. A decimal number that does not end and infinite sequence of 0 and if infinite sequence of 0. Here also now we are taking the terminating point. This is a terminating point. This is considered as numerator and this one is considered as denominator. 2.8 is a terminating rational number. Now we will convert into terminating decimal form into non-terminating decimal form. Here 2.8, this is a terminating point, terminating decimal number, terminating decimal number. Now this one is converted into non-terminating point. Okay, 2.80, 2.800, 2.8000 dash dash up to infinity. Okay, there are two types in non-terminating decimal form. There are two types in terminating decimal form. There are two types in non-terminating. This one is non-terminating. There are two types in non-terminating decimal form. There are two types in non-terminating decimal form. There are two types in non-terminating decimal form. One of recurring or repeating. Recurring or repeating. Next, second one is non-recurring or non-repeating. First one, recurring or repeating. Recurring numbers are those numbers which keep on repeating the same value after decimal point. Here the given rational number, this is considered as numerator and this one is considered as denominator. When 7 is divided by 6, now we are taking 1.1666 dash dash, that becomes 1.666. Here 7 is divided by, when 7 is divided by 6, the results become the quotient is 1.16666 dash 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 and so on. Here recurring numbers are those numbers. Recurring means rational numbers. Recurring numbers are those numbers which keep on repeating. They are repeating continuously. 1.1666 dash dash. The same value after decimal point. The same value after decimal point means 1.166. Same value is 1.1666. These numbers is also known as repeating decimal point. Next point, non-recurring or non-repeating. That means it is an irrational number. A non-recurring or decimal, sorry, it is an non-recurring or non-repeating decimal points. Okay, here points. Example, root 2, root 3 and root 5, so on. Non-recurring or non-repeating example is root 2, root 3, root 5. This is an example of irrational numbers. This is an example of irrational numbers. First point, it is non-repeating or non-recurring decimal point. Non-recurring or non-repeating decimal point. It cannot be non-recurring or non-repeating. It cannot be converted into fractions. It cannot be converted into fractions. Next, third point is it is an irrational numbers. It is an irrational numbers. Difference between recurring and non-recurring decimal. Here, recurring term are non-repeating term. Non-recurring or non-repeating term are decimal points. First of all, here it is an repeating. This one is, that means recurring or it is an repeating. It is an repeating form. It is an repeating form. It is an repeating decimal. It is an repeating decimal form. Example, 7 upon 6. When 7 upon 6 is divided, then it becomes 1.16. That means for example, 7 upon 4 is equals to, or 7 upon 6 is equals to, this one is not 4, this is 7. 7 upon 6 is equals to 1.1666 dash dash dash, so on. It is an repeating decimal form. It is an repeating decimal form. Example, 7 upon 6 is equals to 1.1666 dash dash, so on. Non-recurring or non-repeating. Here it cannot be or it is an non-repeating. It is an non-repeating. It is an non-repeating decimal. Example, root 2, root 3, root 5, etc. Next, second point, it is converted into fraction. It is converted into fraction. It is converted into fraction. Example, 8 upon 7. Example, 8 upon 7. It cannot be converted into, non-repeating or non-recurring. It cannot be converted into fraction. It cannot be converted into fraction. Example, root 7. It is an repeating decimal form. Example, 7 upon 6 is equals to 1.1666 dash and so on. It is an non-recurring. It is an non-repeating decimal. Example, root 2, root 3, root 5, etc. Here it is converted into fraction. For example, 8 upon 7. Second, it cannot be converted into fraction. Example, root 7. Third one is, it is rational numbers. It is an rational. It is an rational numbers. It is an rational number. Therefore, example 7/4. Here, it cannot be, or it is an irrational. It is an irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. That is pi. Pi is an irrational numbers.